Okay guys, so what am I doing today? Well, I was looking for some ideas to get some more imps. I didn't want to buy, I've got the Frostgrave pack with the small imp and the medium imp demon in it. £6, lovely figures, happy with them. But I didn't want to buy another 4 of those at 24 quid for another 4 imps. So what did I do? What I did was watch my James over at Scruffy Co. Buy the 15mm Mark Copplestone picts. So you can see here they're the pict characters. He painted them up blue. He's doing them for Saga, the Age of Magic. So, but I'm going to use them as imps. So I think they're ideal size. There's a couple in here that look quite good. They're going to be devilish, you know, sort of demony. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to make up 4. I haven't decided which 4 yet, but yeah, complete rip off. But I'm going to show you anyway. It'll be a quick sort of show through of what I've done, how I've made up the bases, and then get some paint on them, and just so you look, see what they look like. Cheers. So I cleaned up the models, picked my 4, and what next? Well, the first thing I do is get some bases. Now I've got some, doesn't matter which ones you want to use. I've got some wooden MDF ones here, and so because it's for Frostgrave, I'm doing all mine with cobblestones, not cobblestone castings, sculpt with cobblestone floors. So I'm using BAS air dry clay. I use that because I think it works out cheaper than using green stuff, and I like it. I've got a load of the Copplestone green stuff world rollers, so I really like them. At first I was rolling them all out nice and neat, trying to make sure that they were all the same level, but then I thought this is meant to be in a ruined city, so why would I do that? So the first thing you need to know is when this clay dries, it does not adhere to anything, so you need to make sure that you've got some super glue down onto your bases, and that will hold it in there. So now you just do is grab a little bit of the clay, and what I do is I just whack it on there. Now we're going to go over it with over the roller, and this will flatten it out even further. Okay. I believe there's like, you can get these from loads of places. You don't have to buy them from Green Stuff World. I think you can go. There's people you can go and buy printed, 3D printed ones I've seen. I think you can get plastic sort of frame plates. So there's all sorts of stuff out there, but this is what I've got, so this is what I'm going to use. So I just go over until I'm happy. This one's actually a 15mm scale, so this pebble's a little bit thin. I just do that, and then I'm going to, once the model is on there, there we go, get some of this off beforehand, and then I will clean up around the base afterwards. Yeah. I don't know how many times you need to see this. Well, I'm going to do all 4. There we go. This excess just goes straight back in the packet. As long as you keep that packet closed up, it ain't going to dry out. I think I've had that now for about 1.5 years. That's all good. And then what I have been doing, just to get the model in, another dab of super glue, and then I'll get it pressed in. Because this is for Frostgrave, those base plugs, I normally chop them off the 25mm models because I don't want to see them, but on here I can cover them with snow. I can cover them so they're quite small, and I'm not going to snip them off. Okay, so when I come back they'll be sprayed with some base, and then we'll start painting them. Okay, so I've got some paint down on these guys. I've made them all red. A few highlights. I've not really gone over the top with them. You're not going to see them that close. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people saying that's not very good, but you know, a tabletop ready. That's what I'm looking for. There's a few highlights on there. There's a tiny little bit of. There you go. A bit of shading. Yeah, blah blah blah. Anyway, so I've dry brushed the bases now, and you can see here. So I'm happy with them. So the final bit is now to get my snow effects on. So for my snow effects, I've tried quite a few bits and pieces, and I have to say I've always come back to the AK Interactive series, diorama series of terrain snow. You've got sparkles, snow sparkles and ice sparkles, and they give you different gives you different effect, and you can see here in there it's very sludging. The snow sprinkles, again you've got that in there, it's like that. So that actually gives you like a melted feel when that sets, so it looks like that you've had some melting snow. And then finally you can see in here it's there, it's lots of sparkly little bits. So what that does is it looks like you've had a frost over the top of the snow. So it's really easy stuff to use. I get an old brush, you can see it's like this, and I pop it onto my base, and once it's on the base I'm gonna basically start smushing it around. It's meant to be a melting, the snow's receding in Frostgrave, so I'm not looking to cover the whole base, so I'm just going to put some down like that. So, but if you want to, you can use a tool, doesn't matter what you use. You go in, and like I said earlier, I'm going to try and get that base of the actual model covered over, because I don't really want that puddle sitting there. As you can see, I'm still the ultimate professional on this camera work, and keep going out of focus, so I'm just going to move that in here, and there we go. So this just gives you that feel of normal snow. So when this sets, it does look very snowy. I don't know, that's what else it's meant to look like. There you go. And you can smooth it out as acrylic as well. So you can just, and I keep going out of shot. Really good here. I'm going to pop that in there. Pop that round the base of here. So I'll pop that down there. And on this guy, I'm not going to put so much on. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on there. Okay. So you get that sort of wet look. Now I then come in with the snow sprinkles. So this is a lot more runny. You can see the consistencies very different. So with this, again though, you're just coming in, putting it down. It's obviously inside there, you get this like clear look to it, and it looks like, you know, sludge basically. So it looks like that the snow is melting. So we pop some of that on there. Put it on the fringes in here. And I've got to carry on showing those. Now, it is really up to you how you put this on, but this, I think this stuff needs to go around the edges, so it looks like it's been, yeah, in there. So it looks like it's been walked on. Okay, so once that's done, put the lid back on these. These aren't cheap. I did buy, I have bought some other stuff in the past, various snow effects, flocks and stuff like that, and I have to say, on the whole, I've just not been impressed. It just don't give the same effect for my liking. Is what it is, I suppose. You know, if you're happy with that, that's fine. Just for me, something like these, yeah, this is just good stuff. So then finally, I'm going to get a bit of this, and what I do need to do is probably get something that's going to be able to pick it up a little bit better. So I'm just going to use a brush, and I just dab it down. So this is actually going to give, when it dries, the feeling of frost actually across the snow. I have actually got another effect they have, which is powder snow. So it's from the same guys, and so you can pop that across and scatter that over the model and just leave that to settle for a bit. And if you've got IPA, just give that a squirt of IPA, and then you have this look that is just, you know, it's just snowed, and there's like this powder snow. So, and it looks really amazing. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just you know, because crap grows up through the trees, even in Felstead. So I've got some winter. Now these glue, with the glue and the acrylic, these are really well set. These are from a company I buy most of my stuff from, called Serious Play. Really nice bases. In fact, they do some really good stuff, actually. Some stuff I don't see elsewhere. Very good prices. So yeah, they haven't always got everything in stock, but then I noticed that across the UK there's a lot of flockers out. I'll rephrase that. People selling flock and the like are not have everything in stock at the moment, and I'm assuming that's because of whatever reason, trade, blah blah blah. So yeah, so there you go. There they are. You can see the effect that's going to go. So that's going to stay wet, and I'm going to let these dry. And when they're dry, I'll go over them and show you guys quickly. And then, yeah, I think they're done. I think, you know, they've taken me about an hour, and some of you might say it looks like it, Matt, and that's fair enough. But I wanted some imps to get thrown down onto the table, and that's what I think I've got. So thanks, Graphico, for your brilliant idea of using these cobblestone miniatures. And thank you for letting me nick it, even though you didn't know I did. But yeah, cheers.